How's the audio? Hopefully it's okay. I'm just going to let the trailer roll around in the background. Don't worry, the music will stop soon. Hello, 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 and we're just going to let the trailer roll out in the background, but I'd like to say hello to Cool Cat with a Hat, Matthew Riley, and GK Racer. Good to see you as always. So, obviously, the patch notes and the trailer has obviously come out today, which we're going to be taking a look over. Now, I'm just going to let the trailer finish off wrapping up in the background. There we go, lovely jubbly. And we're then going to be taking a look into the patch notes. So, what do we have here? Hello, Sniper Patch. Hello. Merry Christmas to you as well. GK Racer. Worcester and Conqueror are going to be absolute beasts. Maybe. We'll take a better look into that as we go along. So, let's just see. Yeah, I'm happy with everything. Okay. So, obviously, December update, which is going to be running until the end of January because it's a 6-week patch. So, obviously, the server maintenance will be on December the 21st. So, obviously, if you're gaming during those times, as per below, then obviously expect the servers to be down. Usual stuff, guys. Update size. Now, notice there is a difference between the two consoles, and obviously they then also are stating there's going to be differences between the generations of console. So that's basically differences between PS4, maybe PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox X. Good lord, Microsoft's naming convention in regards to their own console seems to be a bit wonky, I have to confess. So, obviously, this is going to take us into 2021. So, let's hope for a better year, I guess we could all say. So first of all, obviously, we have the big Mamie campaign, which is going to be bringing the Tier 7 American Premium Battleship USS Massachusetts. Now, we did briefly cover off USS Massachusetts in Wales Weekly, and it kind of confirms generally what we're going to be looking at here. Yes, she does have 16-inch guns, but expect probably a slightly shorter range than the Alabama, slightly worse dispersion than the Alabama. However, she's definitely going into that broadening field, being that she has far-reaching and accurate secondary guns, great protection apparently, but then she's got the same armor as the Alabama in general, let's be honest. And then also along the way, so obviously this campaign is going to be 120 steps, but along the way, you are looking at picking up the Tier 4 Japanese cruiser Yahagi. Now, let's see, she's down here. So she's quick and maneuverable, so she's basically a very light cruiser, really. mostly slings high explosives. And they talk about the torts and they say they should be used with caution and foresight. Now, the reason why they say that is because it's one of the downsides of this ship is that her torpedo angles are actually pretty terrible. So you have to be pretty much broadside on in order to fire your torpedoes. When you consider that you're a light cruiser, you don't really want to be going broadside on in order to use your torpedoes, so that's quite dangerous. Furthermore, your guns have a long reload, slow traverse, and poor ballistics. Your AP shells are pretty much useless. You got pretty bad accuracy with your guns as well. Now the rudder shift is fast, but your turning circle is rather large. And apparently she might come with a speed boost consumable, which could be interesting. Probably not as good as a French cruiser, but probably like a 8% increase in speed. Her concealment appears to be quite good as well. Torpedoes do have a long range. However, they are 60 knots. I wouldn't quite say that's too slow, but they do a high damage. Obviously, she's got powerful Japanese high explosive with a good high damage and fire chance, and she's also got a decent top speed and, as we said, the fast rudder shift. So that's going to be interesting. So almost like she's almost a bit like the cruisers of, well, almost like the torpedoes are very much like close in use at point blank range if you have to use it. Now, the nice one about this one is that the average backing is staying at 2,500 doubloons. So even though the milestones have gone more, it's still the same value. Now, obviously, they say if you want to buy it outright with the amateur backing, that would cost you 32,250 doubloons. That basically does confirm that it will be 250 doubloons to boost per step once you have the amateur backing, because basically 19 times 250 plus 2,500 would get you to the 32,250. Now, there's an interesting one regarding the missions. Obviously, we don't know the missions as of yet. However, the missions should come. We'll probably find out about. Well, obviously, we'll find out about them straight away on the first day of the patch. But also, we get a more detailed breakdown on them next week, which I look forward to. So the missions themselves aren't unusual. So I guess they're not saying they're that difficult. However, what they're doing is they're splitting it into 3 2-week parts. So the resets only happen on week 3 and week 5. So basically it looks like the campaign, weekly havoc and shakedown trials will be open for 2 weeks, and then it will reset at the start of week 3 and the start of week 4. GK Racer, everyone just be cautious about the Kia. It does have 4 torpedoes on each side. Sam. So the Massachusetts is the next campaign reward. Yes, she's the end reward at least, with the Yahagi being the. She thinks she's available at step 40, I guess you say. But every time I see a legendary rental ship on the red team, I will chuckle under my breath and get ready for an easy match. Most likely it'll be people who have no business using them. I can appreciate your point of view on that case. It could be potentially we could be looking at a lot of players boosting along to try and get stuff like that. Yeah, a bit like the Udachi campaign. Once we had the Udachi campaign, you wouldn't believe how many terrible Udachis we had. Now hopefully this, nope, that don't work. Oh well, it did work earlier. So an important thing to note about this campaign is that reaching the final stone either with or without the amateur backing, you'll unlock the Icebreaker Havoc mission. So we'll cover that later on because it's in the next block below. But as you can see, the differences between the two campaigns, obviously the 2 ships are locked behind the amateur backing. But yeah, just going through the breakdown, let's see. If you don't get amateur backing, most players here will probably be mostly interested in what they can do with their commanders. So only 16 promotionals, 1 insignia, 1 commendation. That seems a bit light, is the best way to put it. Only 1 secret Santa crate, which is the ones that will be giving you the Icebreaker. So it's not a spectacular campaign if you don't have amateur backing. Obviously, getting the amateur backing, you're going to be looking at getting an additional 4 insignias, an additional 24 promotionals, an additional 3 commendations. Doubloonage back, this is one thing I haven't worked out. You get 375 there. You get 750 there. So you'll get 1,125 doubloons back, so the campaign will probably cost you a total 1,375 doubloons. That's possibly one way to look at it. Hello, name was. Well, it can always be me in one of those. That's very true. Sam and the Lenin's coming too. Nice comrade, I say. she's a. It depends how much people are wanting to push for her, I guess you could say. But yeah, so obviously, without, you're looking at 19,243 doubloons, and if you're looking with, you're looking at 83,225 doubloons. So I wanted just to quickly bring up this. This is basically me tracking the campaign rewards for the past, well, over a year now. I've basically been collecting it all. Hello, Deet, or DGJ, depending on what you prefer. So this campaign, without it, you're looking at 19,243. It's not spectacularly low. I'm not sure if the averages have updated, so don't take the averages with complete. You'll probably ignore the averages, I guess you could say. But yeah, so without it, you're still looking at, I guess, a reasonable amount of rewards in comparison to previous campaigns. Probably not as good as some previous ones, but not as bad as some other ones that we've had. Going with Amity backing, it's looking like a very healthy campaign with Amity backing in comparison. The difference is obviously not as close as some, but not as. So it's probably one of the largest differences, or very close to being one of the largest differences, with the differences of what you get with and without being about 23%. So that ratio is still not as bad as some previous ones. So I thought I'd just bring that nice little bit of statistics up for you, just in case that does interest you. So I'll just quickly catch up with the chat. Where are we? Faz, name was, I believe a good player such as yourself in one of those will be a rarity at first. Oh yeah, no, I can see that. Faz, I'm also looking forward to the Lenin. Very nice, very nice. GK, have you guys seen the super rewards for the crates yet? They haven't released the. I don't believe they've released the stats. But as DJ's saying, yeah, 100k doubloons and 1 year premium it's so rare they're not even going to assign any statistics to actually being able to get that reward. Matthew, I want the Kia. Fair enough. She's going to be available in the Santa Cruz, isn't she? Simbus, I wish everyone a good RNG, and I hope they're going to pull the barrel fast. Good to see you, Simbus. Good to see you, Brandon, as well. Good to see. Belfast is a great ship. Yes, very true. JK Racer ran for the Ashashio. Sam off. I want the 100k doubloons 1 year premium in your dreams war again. Basically, I suspect the chances of getting those, Sam, is about 0.00001%. There's probably only going to be one person who gets it. Simpers, I don't have the Ashashio. That would be nice. Oh yeah, no, she's interesting. She's got a torpedo reload booster. It's always something worth bearing in mind. Rightio. Icebreaker coins. So for this update, they've tied activities and store items to the new temporary currency called Icebreaker coins. Basically, it's the campaign currency, maybe. I guess it's the seasonal currency, I guess you could say. So it's going to be useful for a few things. Usual Amity goods. So at least they've learnt from the Halloween event, and rather than tied it to a couple of crap rewards, I'm actually going to tie it to slightly more, I hope. Legendary ship rentals. I'll give you my opinion on that later on. And also, you can purchase the Soviet TN7 battleship Lenin. So what are we looking at with Lenin? Well, she's. Can I? If I do. Can I do this? Yeah. Let's bring the Lenin up. There you go. There's the Lenin. So. She's basically 406 guns, 16-inch guns. Another never really acted, never went anywhere kind of designed battleship for the Russians. It's amazing, the Russians managed to come up with all sorts of battleship designs and never built any of them. Ever. The Russian tech tree should just end at the Ganga and that's it. No more. Nothing after that. So yeah, as they say, very similar to the British HMS Nelson design. Pros, so B turret, that's the middle turret here, that does a 360 degree. So what that does allow you is it allows you to kite away in this, allowing that turret to fire with those angles. However, please note that A turret and Q turret will still have to rotate around the obstacles of the bridge and the middle turret there, I guess you could say. She's also got quite good forward-facing angles as well. To activate her rear turret, she needs to be angled at about 27 degrees, which is quite interesting, actually. Apparently, she's reasonably stealthy, but we'll see how that goes. Obviously, she comes with Soviet damage control, so short duration, short reload. Apparently she's got an icebreaker hull, so that's probably going to be quite tough to actually overmatch. So she's going to have quite very battle tanky, I guess you could say. Apparently she's also going to be resistant to high explosives with a thick deck and upper bout plating. So probably not one. Yeah, she's going to be very survivable potentially then. However, her accuracy is worse than the Vladivostok. Her citadel is is above water, so it is exposed. Let's see, can we see it? I guess you could say, not sure, but I'd just say the citadel is going to start about here. It's probably going to run to back there, very much like the Nelson does. And if it's above the waterline as well, that's a lot of citadel that you could hit. But fingers crossed, we'll be able to look at that in the armor view. And yeah, that's really all I can say about the Lenin. If that does tickle your fancy, she's interesting, but personally, I don't see myself getting her because of how much it's going to take to get there. Oh, good lord, where are we? Oh, sorry, I'm just going to try and catch up the chat. Hello, Pirate Guy. Hello. Vaz, I imagine those super rewards for one person. Yeah, very true. Lenin's tier 7, interesting. They suggest that she will appear in the game later on. Yes, potentially as a future premium ship is the best way to put it. It was now the Belfast isn't a great ship. Less people should get it. That's simply because you have 1,000,000 XP in it. Name was. Seems like maybe a global XP ship for a campaign. No, I suspect she comes with the premium store. Oh yeah, actually. Maybe she might come back as a global XP. Everyone's saying, look at the comrade, Brandon discount Nelson. Jika Racer, Conqueror has a 49% chance to start a fire with her 12 16-inch guns with her printer, potentially. Will Conqueror have 406 guns or 457? I think. Now, she is one that I did not open up. But what I'll do, I'll just open that up and we can take a brief look at that when we get there. Where is she? Was it Thunderer or Conqueror? Conqueror, wasn't it? Oh yeah, she might come with 419s. Tempting. Right, where's the stream? Here's the stream. Right. I don't think she will have the legendary mod. That's true. GK Racer 457s have a 64% chance of fire. Saxman, hello, good to see you. Mixer Gamer as well, hello, good to see you too. Rightio. Continuing with, let's see, we just did the Lenin. So yeah, pretty much they just cover off some of the points that I have just covered off. So on to these Icebreaker coins. So you'll receive Icebreaker coins from opening Super Santa crates. Not the secret Santa crates, the Super Santa crates. And each one will contain 250 in addition to its prize, unless it's a super prize. Reaching rank 11, 5, and 1 in the new ranked campaign, ranked season, will grant you 6,063 after reaching rank 1. Completing the Icebreaker Havoc missions once you've done the campaign will grant you up to 9,000 if you buy it on day 1, 3,000 if you get it in the last week. So basically, it would appear that once you complete the campaign, you are awarded what they call the Icebreaker Havoc missions. And depending when you unlock it, will vary how many of these Icebreaker coins that you'll get. So means obviously if you buy the campaign for 32,000 doubloons in the first week, then you'll obviously have Icebreaker Havoc missions for 6 weeks in a row, bagging you a total of 9,000. 9,000. Now, if you do it in week 6, the final week, then you're only going to get 3,000. So, assuming there's a linear relationship, I'd assume that maybe week 6 is like the penultimate big reward week, and then every week between week 1 and week 6 will only reward you an additional 1,200. So therefore, if you complete the campaign in week 2, you're going to get 7,800 of these Icebreaker coins. If you complete it in week 3, 6,600, week 4, 5,400, week 5, 4,200. That's on the assumption that there's a linear relationship. Obviously, the relationship between how many Icebreaker coins you'll get per week will vary. So, also playing legendary ships. Now, I did spot that in this. So let's see. I just want to try and put it up. Was it before this? No, that's the ranked. There you go. So, not so legendary trials must be completed in standard battle tier 7 ships, win 3 battles. Assume that there will be another one called legendary trials, which will then have exactly the same, but for playing a legendary tier ship. So each step's going to grant you 125 Icebreaker coins in this case. How many steps this goes on for, what each individual mission is up for debate, I guess you could say. But I just wanted to just show this to you. Something that I spotted in the trailer is basically how it's going to work, I guess you could say. So basically they will, when they say, if I minimize that, yeah, let's see, let's try and be profesh. So I'll minimize that. When they say playing legendary ships or against them up to 1,600 a week, that's going to be split between playing tier 7s and playing legendary. So basically, they're kind of realizing that legendary tier is a bit like a dumpster fire is the best way to put it. And in order to try and encourage more people to play it, they're trying to lock some of the campaign currency behind it. I'm split on that is the best way to put it. But yeah, they basically confirmed that the Lenin is going to cost you 25,000 and you won't be able to get her for free. So you will have to buy Super Santa containers in order to get 250 each. Where did I get to? And it was 64% plus gestating loins. Pretty sure you can get that to 100% fire chance. Oh, God's sake, I know that was. That's disgusting. Scene Plus, they removed 457 guns from the Conqueror on PC. Oh, okay. Scene Plus, Icebreaker coins adjust the currency to buy extra promotion orders or insignias. Pretty nice. I suspect that's what most people will be using them for. GK Research, and added the Thunderer, which is a Conqueror with a good heal instead of a super heal, and 457s. Okay, that's where Thunderer comes from. That makes sense. I think they're also going to be removing Thunderer from the game as well. Yeah, Scene Plus just said they're removing Thunderer from PC due to their popularity. Ghost Pilot. Hello, Ghost Pilot. Hi, everyone. Anyone looking up for a division for today's advent calendar? Challenge done. I've been trying all day, but managed to find, not managed to find anyone. Have you tried putting yourself up as looking for a division? That, for fingers crossed. I'm sure there's quite a few people doing that. And the other one is if you are playing on the PS4. To my knowledge, if you have the ability for people to send you messages disabled, so therefore you say that the only people who can send you messages are just your friends or no one, then people can't send you, well, they can send you an invite, but you won't receive it. So if you are doing that, then you are looking at probably having to activate being able to receive messages from anyone. That's always a one thing to note. Or obviously change that privacy setting and then restart your console. Brandon, yeah, I'm ready to grind for more content. I still have PTSD from grinding the Og Navy. Baz, laugh aloud. I'm thinking the same, but I'll see how it goes. Ghost Pilot PS4, yeah, I can do. Brandon, you can race it. I can only play during the weekend, so yeah. Faz, I've seen so many people in looking for a division page. I'm half tempted to put myself in there and see what happens. Well, Brandon, why is everyone on the PS4? Because the PS4 is the superior console. Haven't you heard? No console bias here. No console bias here. Sam, well, I just completed that one. Fair enough. Nice. Ghost, I'm not finding anyone or getting any invites, so I don't know if there's a problem with it at the moment. Check your privacy settings, see what your message privacy settings are. That's my first recommendation. After that, maybe just invite people from looking for a division, see how that goes. Brandon, for some reason there are actually more Xbox players, but it seems like the PS4 base is more active. Yeah, I remember someone pointing that out on Discord. On Discord, there's more players associated with the Xbox, but amusingly, well, whether the PS4 community is more active, I don't know. Maybe it could just depend on the region where the consoles are active and when and stuff like that. It goes by, thanks for the info. I think that's the problem. I'm in private, I didn't know. Yeah, no, it's something I experienced because obviously when I live stream, I open up the division to let people join. Obviously, they have to be on PS4, and obviously people have the messaging thing is something that I have noticed. Right, I think I've bored you enough now, champs. Let's move on to the North Cape Bureau. So basically, they're going to introduce a limited time only bureau project, which is going to last until February the 1st, and basically it will give you the chance to acquire permanent camouflage for the Edinburgh, the Scharnhorst, and the Duke of York. Duke of York, which is the latter of which is coming to the premium store. Whether she's coming to the premium store this patch or whether she's coming to the premium store generally in the future, not confirmed. I'm hoping it's this patch, I suspect. Especially if they're releasing the premium camo for her. Amusingly, so basically it's just another random bureau project in there. One thing to note is obviously it does come to an end on the 1st of February, so it's the first time limited one. You can boost the progress of this bureau project by 80% for 15,000 doubloons. I'm not really sure about that. No, it's only one bureau project to get all 3 camos. I suspect the camos will be distributed along the way, I guess you could say. Each stage is only going to be 4 stages. I don't know how many stages there are, segments there are going to be though. They do state that the segments will require high tier ships and highly ranked commanders. Obviously, details forthcoming in the future. The project is by no means easy, but we believe that the most regular players will be able to at least outfit their Edinburgh in Arctic skin. So, personally, for me, I've already got a permanent camouflage on the Edinburgh. I got the Rigid Marina, the light tan and the dark brown. So I don't need a permanent camouflage for the Edinburgh. And the Scharnhorst and the Duke of York come with permanent camouflages. And if you're thinking, oh goody, I can get a Scharnhorst camouflage for my Scharnhorst B, no, this is going to be the Scharnhorst only. So this is not going to be a permanent camouflage for the Scharnhorst B. So you have to own the Scharnhorst to actually be able to actively use this camouflage. So if you've got a Scharnhorst B, this is, again, not that good for you either. So in my mind, yeah, it might be some free stuff along the way, but for me, I don't think it's worth me having this active all the time, because at the end of the day, I'm not getting anything special apart from maybe an Edinburgh skin. But, well, I don't think they look that nice. I mean, let's put it up. Let's do the semi-professional streaming stuff. Let's just pause it. Drag it all the way through. Where is it? Here we go. So this is so basically your ships are covered in icicles and snow. In all honesty, I don't really like it. And also, it looks really stupid. Like, if you take this single screenshot, you've got this boat covered in ice, surrounded by greenery and the sun. It just looks silly. If I had to be honest. Yeah, so personally, I don't think I'm going to be pushing for it. But hey, if you want to go for it, go for it. Be my guest. You know, at the end of the day, it's some more free stuff, and that's always worthwhile. Where did I get to? Vaz. I put myself looking for a division one night, and just for fun, and the hosts kept playing AI games. Oh, okay, maybe I won't do that. As soon as I just want the Edinburgh camo. Yeah, I can appreciate why some people might want to do that. Oh God, I do apologise if I butcher this name. Cafilia Young, HR. Hello, Vaz. Matthew. I have the Scharnhorst B, I have the Scharnhorst B, so I'm sad, yeah, because you can't use it, unfortunately. Then I got Black Friday skin on the Edinburgh, and on the Scharnhorst got the Lane cat skin pending. Yeah, good choice, good choice. Vaz, you have to find out how to rent a boat, laugh aloud. Sam says, well said, pilot. Team Plus looks like a ghost ship. Yeah, it does. Saxman, British bias. Oh, yeah, I guess you could say it's a British bias, but then again, where's the Battle of the North Cape? I don't think Edinburgh was at the Battle of the North Cape. Edinburgh was on Arctic convoys. She famously sunk on an Arctic convoy, but she was not at the Battle of the North Cape. Belfast was. Jamaica as well. I don't think Edinburgh was. I'm sorry. Let me just pull this down here. I'm pretty certain she wasn't. Sorry, I just want to confirm this. In my mind, I don't recall. I don't think she was. Duke of York, Jamaica, Belfast, Sheffield, Norfolk, Savage, Scorpion, Samazi, Haida. No, yeah. So Edinburgh wasn't there. So amusingly, yeah, I don't know why generally they should have just called it Arctic Convoy Bureau Project. Then I'd probably go, oh, okay, fair enough. Simple as I like it. Oh, fair enough. Each to your own. GK, bye everyone. Have finals today and tomorrow. Hopefully I will catch the Friday stream. No, all the best to you, GK. Best of luck. Vaz, the ice skin looks too stupid on maps like Tears of the Desert. Oh yeah. I doubt I'll rent many of those depending on the rewards. Waste of resources. Brandon, historical continuity error. Vaz, I don't see you on the list, laugh out loud. Yeah, no. Sorry for that random tangent. Yeah. Okay, alright. So yeah, if that tickles your fancy, it tickles your fancy. If not, if it doesn't, but hey, might as well progress anyway. It's free stuff at the end of the day. Ghostbite, hi Major. Thanks for the info. That was the problem. Now it's working. Thanks again. No, my pleasure. So legendary ships, obviously, as some of you have been discussing, the basically free legendary tier ships will become available to rent. So they're not in the bureau. Basically, you can pay 1,500 Icebreaker tokens in order to get access to them. The ships that you'll be getting access to will be the Worcester, the Gearing, and the Conqueror. So, as you've been saying, basically, I think a gunny hybrid destroyer, a light cruiser, lots and lots of HE spam, and Conqueror is a HE spam battleship. Let's be honest, she's a British battleship, and the high explosives are going to be absolutely great. Whether they're worth it, my favourite one is they try and justify this. One last fact of the great importance is that you'll be able to use these ships to earn back the Icebreaker coins you spend on them. Or if you already have a legendary tier ship, you could save yourself 1,500 Icebreaker coins and just start grinding straight away. So these don't. I might get Conqueror just to test him out, just to test her out, you know. But at the end of the day, like, it depends how much you're going to be playing Legendary Tier. If you're going to be playing Legendary Tier 2, 3 games a night over every day, hey, why it'd be worth it. If you know that you're going to be making those Icebreaker tokens back straight away, yeah, why not test out a new ship? But for myself, who probably plays Legendary Tier, probably maximum 10 games in a week, spending that just to possibly try out a ship, you're taking a big risk, because I bet you're not even going to be able to, well, maybe. It depends. But there's one hand, I suspect they will allow you to see the stats of these ships before you get them. Or at least see some of the stats. Obviously, they won't let you know what the consumables are, and you might get a slow trickle of the information out on their social media outlets, I guess you could say. But for me, again, there's another one that's like, is it worth it? And I mean, everyone's each their own. But I'm going to find it a difficult one to justify. I mean, I might pick up HMS Conqueror, and that'll probably be it, if I do. Nice one to know is obviously at the end of the patch, which will be the 1st of February, I think, or somewhere around then. Obviously, then these ships will be taken away from you, and the XP that you've earned in them will be dumped on the tier 1 cruiser of that nation. So obviously with Conqueror, that would go on to the Weymouth, I think. And then if it's on the US gear, if it's on the Gearing or the Worcester, that's going to go on the Albany. So it's gonna. I mean, I guess it's useful. You're still going to keep that XP. You're still going to be able to convert that XP, Elite XP into Global XP if you so want to. Saxman, I thought I read somewhere that the Shashir is available through the Santa crates. Yeah. I think we're getting there. We're getting close to that. So yeah, I mean, what's chat? What's your thoughts on these renting a legendary ship? Are you going to be doing it? Is it something that interests you? Will you pick up one? Will you pick up two? Will you pick up all three? It'd be interesting to see what your takes on it, to be honest. Right, Santa containers. Obviously, let's see. Redeem the code. Let's see. If I just grab that, I see if I can just put that in the chat. There you go. Yeah, help yourself. So obviously that's going to get you some Santa crates, a Santa crate and some camos as well. So the Santa containers, the holiday container madness continues. We boosted the containers in comparison to last year. So basically they're obviously trying to make them more tempting to try and get more money out of you at the end of the day. Now, there are some special ships that will be available from these containers, namely the Japanese destroyer Shashia, the Japanese battleship Kia, and there's also... Again, we're just bringing up the trailer. Let's see, where was it? So also the Gremshansky and the Belfast. And so they've also mentioned the Kia. So the Kia, let's see, there she is. There she is. So the Kia is basically an Amagi class battleship, or a development of, probably in the next design to follow her. And she does have 5 dual gun turrets of 410/16 inch, so 410mm, 16-inch guns, I guess you could say. Let's see, she does have torpedo launchers. She's got 2 triple launchers. So that's one. She's basically got a triple launcher per side. Can't quite see it. Maybe it's back there. It could be on the rear with all the gear. Basically, she's got a very good broadside amount of firepower and volley weight, I guess you could say. Strong AP, yeah, very strong shells. Very similar to the Amagi. However, she does have large surface detectability. Lacks the powerful secondary armament and torpedo defense of the Amagi. Shorter range main battery in comparison. Slightly worse dispersion than the Amagi. Thin citadel plating means that she will be citadeled with ease from many battleships she will face. That could be concerning. Less torpedo protection than the Amagi. Okay. That doesn't fill me with joy. I mean, hey, if you get it for free, you get it for free. Be interesting to see what the drop rates are when they actually release the drop rates. Let's see, where are we? Brandon. Brandon's not going to rent. Fourth Gamer, what did I just hear? Will you be renting a legendary tier ship this patch? Name was. I will check the stats before I decide. Fair enough. Simpus. I got full Santa camos from the crate. That was in the code. Rest in peace, me. Baz, like you said, Major, just use the legendaries you have and save yourself 1,500 Icebreaker tokens. Then it was stats, fair enough. Seamless, market class battleship with torpedoes. Fourth Gamer, so an upgraded Matsu. No, probably not an upgraded Matsu. Seamless, it's way far at the end of the ship I saw. Okay, fair enough. Hello, JP. Hello. Good to see you. Good to see you. So, yeah. So, obviously, they mentioned that. Obviously, I've then just gone through what the other stuff is. The special flair this year's contains that they might drop a super prize. Do keep in mind that this is fairly minuscule chance of happening. So, they haven't even assigned it a numerical value on the container page when they actually update the container page. But, like I said, a year's worth of premium, 100,000 doubloons. Yeah, okay, fair enough. If you get that, then you're a lucky bugger, I guess you could say. And then obviously I've dropped the code and the redeemer into the chat if you haven't already claimed it. Right, Ranked Battles Season 9. Brace yourself for a very salty major. Right. So much. Hope the Kia has a good AA defense because she will need it very shortly. Laugh aloud. She does appear to have slightly better long-range anti-aircraft than the Amagi, but whether she needs it soon, I highly doubt. I wouldn't really put it down to the end of the day, really. Well, end of the year. Well, towards the end of the year, maybe. Let's see. So, new ranked season, Season 9, will be the most different out of them all, as we're putting... Basically, they've reduced the teams from 7 aside to 5 aside, and they've apparently made it more hardcore, or they've made it even more grindy than it has been in the past. So, if you thought the last season of Ranked was an absolute slog, or you haven't seen anything yet, is the best way to put it. Okay, so they've pushed it towards the last 4 weeks of the update, so basically they're waiting until after Christmas, so it's obviously going to start on the 4th of January. Music I knew the top of my head. Right, tier 5 ships only. Any ranks earned in Season 8 equate to the number of stars you'll automatically receive in the current season. So if you completed Season 8 of Ranked, you will be getting 16 stars. 16 stars will get you to rank 10 and 1 star in this Season 9 of Ranked. So we'll take a brief look at that because obviously they do skim through it very quickly. Teams are comprised of 5 ships and are mirrored ship types. So basically, however, battleships from one team, the same amount of battleships be in the other team. So it's pretty much mirrored. Divisions with up to 2 players are allowed. Okay, fair enough. It's this next point. Destroyers are limited to 1 per team or 1 per division. First of all, 1 per division, you know what? I could agree with that because you want to force divisions to be diverse and think of different kind of ship combos and not doing 2 destroyers and controlling the whole destroyer segment of the team and division, team and ranked, I should say. However, destroyers are limited to 1 per team. So everyone's going to be playing battleships then because there's no consequence. You got nothing. You've only got 1 destroyer to be concerned about. That 1 destroyer is the most valuable ship in your entire team. So it means if you get an idiot in your destroyer, you've lost the game. You know, as soon as you see your destroyer doing the wrong thing, hey, you might as well park your ship still. You're done, because of something else. Also, it kind of ruins cruisers. Cruisers love destroyers. They love to hunt them. They love to kill them. That's what a cruiser's designed for, almost. It's my theory of rock, paper, scissors. By saying there's only one destroyer, you probably don't need more than 2 cruisers. The rest of it can be battleships to their heart's content, because they got nothing to lose. They got nothing, especially when you consider some of the other changes that they've done, and we'll cover those as we go along. A draw equates as a loss for both teams. Okay, to move up the rank ladder, you need a win in order to gain a star. Losing the game means you lose a star. The first player by XP earned on the losing team does not keep a star. So, basically, if you lose, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you played your heart out. It doesn't matter if it was the team that let you down. It doesn't matter how well skilled you are. You're going to be punished like everyone else. So when the community keeps requesting, please can we have a rank system which rewards and punishes player skill level, they've taken it a step in the wrong direction. So rather than saying if you earn more than 750 ship XP on the losing team, you don't lose a star. And if you earn less than that, then you lose a star. And on the winning team, if you earn more than 750 ship XP after your 1.5 multiplier, then you gain a star. And if you earn less than that, then you don't gain or lose a star. Rather than try and make it skill-based, they basically said, well done. You tried to carry your team. Down you go. Off you go. Down, like... It's a step in the wrong direction. There's 2 steps in the wrong direction here. Because when I was playing ranked, and they lifted that cap on destroyers, it actually made ranked fun. And you know why? Because I played a cruiser. Right? It made my importance on that team so much more. And so basically the value of a cruiser's gone down. The value of the destroyer's gone up through the roof. The value of a battleship is, hey, I've got nothing to lose. There's only one torpedo boat out there. And we know where he's got to be, because he's got to be the one running around like a blue-ass fly trying to cap all the objectives. And then if you're on the losing team and you play your heart out, down you go. Sorry, mate. So, yes. I definitely feel that there's some steps in the wrong direction here, considering that they already know that they struggled to populate games. Not just games due to number of players, but games due to number of classes. So, yeah, salty major. Upon reaching rank 1, you can no longer partake. Yeah, that's fair enough. Modify spawns for the locations of these maps. Blah, blah, blah. You should know them if you've been playing rank before. Now, there are 3 leagues, and the season separated the rank 11 and rank 5. We'll look at those because the nice one is at least that the break between the leagues are actually save points, which I guess is a nice, I guess you could say. And the final rank 1. Awards will be credited at the end of the season. So, what that potentially means is that you won't be getting some of your Icebreaker tokens until next patch, maybe? I'm not quite sure. The wording of that just comes across absolutely wrong. So the rewards include secret and super Santa crates, various commanders, items, currencies including Icebreaker coins, Santa camos and seasonal patches, blah, blah, blah. Right, so what I want to do is I just want to bring this up. And this is in slow-mo, and what I'll do, I'll just quickly catch up with the chat. Vaz, not losing a star. No, not losing a star sucks, I mean, yes, it does. Simplest, I really hope that the Zero Lane Nelson will get Fight to Fire with that. Basically, yeah, all of them will. Fourth Gamer, Wargaming being really nice today. Oh, yes. Sacks, stupidity of this change is incredible. agree. And it was, well, didn't think I was, will have a ranked use for my Zerlang ships so soon. Oh, I know what you mean. Fourth gamer, I get they want engagement, but losing the same amount whether you play well or badly makes no sense. Agreed. Brandon, I haven't played ranked since season 6. I'm going to struggle through this one. I'm going to give it a go, but it's one of those things, like, if you see that your team's going down the pan, if you see that your team is just not putting their weight, what's the point? Like, you've lost. As soon as you see you've lost, balls to it. You might as well just park his ship in the middle, broadside on, shoot at the water to make sure it's detected, and get it over and done with. Because the sooner you've lost the game, the sooner you can get into another game and potentially win that one. Like, it basically, it stops playing for first. It stops trying to carry the team. Just, hey, we're lost, give up. You know, what's the point? That's not how it should be. It should be, we've lost this one, but you know, I've still got a chance to actually do something, to actually have an impact on my outcome of this. It's just pointless. Well, it's just crap is the best way to put it. JP God, reaching rank 13, they give you doubloons. That is good. So I wanted to go through this quite slowly, because obviously this year it's a 3-second clip in the trailer, and even if I have it on 8 times slow speed, it just flashes by at less than 30 seconds. So 2 stars at rank 16. Complete rank 16, go to rank 15, 2 stars. You're going to get 7 rare battle boosters and 5 Santa 21 camos. Okay, rank 14, 10 promotion orders and 2 containers. Rank 13, 3 stars. You're looking at 500 credits and 800 doubloons. Rank 12, you're looking at 7 credit boosters and a commander crate. Rank 11, you're looking at 1 universal accommodation, 2021 icebreaker tokens, and 2 secret Santa containers. Now, rank 10 and 1 star is where you'll start if you completed the last season of ranked. And so this is where you're going to get 10 promotion orders and 250 paint. So if you completed last season of ranked, you're looking at 20 promotion orders, 1 universal accommodation, 2021 icebreaker tokens, 2 secret Santa crates, 800 doubloons, odds and sods, I guess you could say. Right, after that point, rank 9, so rank 10 and rank 9 are 4 stars, rare ship XP booster and Santa camo, rank 8, 1 million credits and 30k commander XP, rank 7, another 800 doubloons. So for those of you who are looking for doubloons, you're probably going to want to push to at least rank 7, and big container. Rank 6, another commander crate. So again, like, these rewards seem to be quite hit and miss. They're like, at some points it seems. Obviously, now you get to rank 5, you need to get 5 stars, but this is when you're in the upper league, I guess you can say. So 1 universal accommodation, another 2021 icebreaker tokens, 1 super Santa crate. So that is different to the secret Santa crate, I should say. So obviously, you might have, well, when they release that, it'd be interesting to see what the drop rates are. 10,000 global XP and 500. And we're going up to 6 stars here, are we? Okay, yeah. Does it get worse? Oh, up to 7 stars for rank 3. 7 stars for rank 2. And there's rank 1. So, let's be honest. For me, if I got to rank 5, I'd be quite happy to call it quits there, because I got the universal accommodation and the icebreaker current coins. Because the question is, will you actually get those icebreaker coins when it says something like final rank 1 rewards are credited at the end of the season, and the season will end as the patch ends? Questions, and no answers. Right. Hopefully, that's that's ranked. Right. Prepare for Salty Major Part 2. But before we get there, let's catch up with the chat. Have some engagement here. Let's see. Brandon, I haven't played. I think read that one. JP, reaching rank 13, they give you doubloons. Fourth gamer, right major, what is the incentive to try? Pride. Most of the time you can tell when you've lost quite some time before the game ends. Yeah, very true. uh, Calipher. When you get to rank 5, you have to wait 1 week to play again. Oh, I know what you mean. Vaz, hard pass. I don't blame you. This is the thing. Like, you'd think with the way that the community is actually letting, like, not really, but like more as rank seasons go on, more and more people say, you know what, balls to it. I'm gonna stop here. I'm not gonna play ranked anymore. It's not worth it. All they're doing is increasing that number. All they're doing is decreasing the player base for ranked. Is that what they want to do? Are they trying to shut ranked down? Are they trying to get rid of ranked? Are they trying to make a case for getting rid of ranked? I don't know. Sam, well, can't play ranked battles because of potatoes. I know what you mean, but now it's like you can't even carry. Like if you get set up on a team of potatoes, you can't even go. I'm gonna try my best here and just make sure I don't lose a star. You can't even do that. If you get on a team of potatoes, you know what? That's it. Done. Like you might as well not even leave the spawn. Like you see your destroyer not going for the objective and sailing off to try and torpedo battleships. Hey, the game's done. The enemy team's won. You might as well just hand it over. Right. More salt. Here we go. Fire, meta, and battleships. Does this mean they're going to change the meta of the game being battleship heavy? Of course not. No. They're going to continue to pander towards battleships. We just seen them do it ranked. They just pandered to battleships by reducing the number of destroyers. So let's just continue pandering to what a single class of the game. So, basically, battleship commanders who can't play any other class of ship have been whinging that their ships catch fire too often. Right? So they're limiting equilibrium of power skill and offering improvements to existing skills plus adding another completely new one in order to try and counter this meta. So all battleship commanders, that's all of them, that's including the Azur Lane ones, will receive a new legendary skill, Fight Fire with Fire. It automatically stops the effects of all damage caused over time, including flooding, okay? On your battleship whenever there are 3 concurrent fires. So basically, whenever there are 3 concurrent fires and the damage control party is either on cooldown or depleted for the Russians. Okay, so as a Russian battleship, once you have 3 fires, you're immune to receiving tick damage from fires and flooding while those 3 fires are burning, which would be 60 seconds. Because if you run out of damage control parties. Now, obviously, I guess what you could say is once you have 3 fires, it punishes you for not using your damage control party. But it basically means that while your damage control party is on cooldown, if you are being an absolute idiot and playing it badly, and you get set on fire three times, you don't take any damage from it until your cooldown finishes. Then you start taking damage from it. So I guess it kind of entices people to actually put the fires out and use the damage con all the time. But also now there's what's the consequence sometimes if you know you're being HE spammed focus? What's the consequence of just damage conning everything? Because if you just keep damage conning, it's always on cooldown or active. And if it's on cooldown and someone sets 3 fires, it doesn't matter. So basically, this could actually be encouraging some more poor performance play from battleship players potentially. The emergency specialist skill has been changed. The duration penalty has been increased from 30 to 70. So basically, the duration of your damage control party has been the reduction of the duration of your damage control party has been reduced from 30 to 70. So therefore, you only have like 30% of your damage control party duration. So it's going to be like on for a second, while the cooldown has been reduced from 15 to 30%. So it basically means you have a short duration, a short reload, damage control party. Okay, yeah, potentially. The firefighter will also receive improvements. Damage control party, the duration reduction of the the damage control price, how long it's going to be on for, is 40%. So that basically it's been rather than having 70% of your usual damage control price time, now down to 60%. Cooldown reduction again. So this is having it shorter duration, shorter reload. Equilibrium of power is now a flat minus 50% to the fire chance. However, equilibrium of power, usually it's the chunk damage that the high explosives does. Not really the fires too much. But here's the other one. Does that mean, if they say have nerfed equilibrium power, does that mean semi-armor piercing is going to be quite nice? Because semi-armor piercing won't set a fire, and it will do more damage, and it will penetrate the same amount of armor. And you have a Zerlane Baltimore, and you could stick her on the Helena. Just food for thought there. Food for thought, whether this makes semi-armor piercing quite tempting. Let's see, where are we? Sam, it just makes me mad. Before we go in, do you think they have the data and the casuals just play through without much complaining? I don't know. I'm not quite sure, and I do feel like most of the decisions that Wargaming make is based on a very vocal community of Battleship players, and I can imagine those probably being the casual players. So maybe they're trying to improve the retention of casual players rather than the hardcore players. And Matthew, I'm just interested in the ships and the Santa containers. Ranked can go to hell. I don't blame you. Seamless, I really want the Des Moines, but Worcester is okay too. Yeah, no, fair enough. Fourth gamer. Otherwise, this makes little sense because all of the feedback I've heard, like what you've been saying. Anyways, I will try to get the Kraken. Who needs a team? Oh god, I'm gonna have to start calling you Young for now. Young got 5 Krakens last ranked. Laugh out loud. Oh, very nice, very nice. Simpus Nelson will be so overpowered with that. Brandon overpowered? Question mark. Then was yes, I can get rid of the running with Farsighted now. Yes, no, that's quite true, isn't it? Actually, wait. So if you should be facing the most damage, you won't receive more. Exactly. Yes, yeah. So basically, if you should be having your butt handed to you because you made the wrong play, you have now been made immune to the incoming fire from the enemy, unless it's armor piercing or battleship caliber rounds. Fast. This is Wargaming payback to all the complaints over high explosive spam cruisers. It's basically a troll job. Yeah. It's just... Again, I think it's another step in the wrong direction. Because you never see... I want to see it. I want to see it now. I want to see people going, why is there always games with 5 battleships in? Why are people always picking on the bloody destroyers, which you see probably once in a blue moon? I see probably 4 to 5 battleships per game very often. Like, a lot. Right? That's not a problem. I see a lot of cruisers quite a lot. I play cruisers a lot. That's not a problem. See a lot of destroyers once in the blue moon. Jesus Christ, that's a problem. Quickly, get on Facebook. Get your comment down now. Like, they need to know there's too many destroyers. And there's a reason why there's too many destroyers as well, sometimes. Because there's no cruisers to stop them sometimes. And so, playing the destroyer... If you're playing the destroyer and you see there's no cruisers... It's beautiful. If you're a cruiser and you see there's no battleships, it's beautiful. If you're a battleship and you see there's no destroyers, it's beautiful. It's rock, paper, scissors. It needs to be balanced. And so here they just basically nerfed cruisers. Which is, again, I feel really is a step in the wrong direction. Then it was. Skill will help out my Lane, first wave commanders. Fair enough. Matthew, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it's not broke, don't break it. Is another phrase I always like to use. Vaz, it's overcompensating for rewarding poor battleship commanders. Yeah, it basically is. It's overcompensating for poor play. Matthew, this just means more destroyers chasing them with torpedoes. Exactly. This is the thing. If this does not solve, this doesn't solve the number of battleships. If you look through history, right? Here, I wrote this down simply for tabletop wargaming earlier, right? This was the size of the Mediterranean fleet after the British Mediterranean fleet after the evacuation from Crete. These were the vessels that were ready to go into action at Alexandria: 2 battleships, 3 cruisers, and 13 destroyers. Now, maybe we shouldn't draw history into World Warships Legends, but navies aren't normally top heavy. They're bottom heavy. You have more destroyers, then less cruisers, and then even less battleships. And the way World Warships plays, it's you have a top heavy navy, you have lots of battleships, slightly less cruisers, and less destroyers usually. Although it's a bit of like it's well, actually maybe more of the model of World Warships Legends is more of it's like an hourglass. You've got like top heavy with battleships, bottom heavy with destroyers, and quite thin in the middle sometimes. Seamless. When I'm in the cruiser and I see battleships, I think, oh look, 3 damage. Yeah, until you realise you can't set them on fire now as much as you like to. But again, if it's only slightly broken, don't smash it with a hammer. Yeah, that's no way of putting it. Rightio, armour viewer. So this one is self-explanatory. Get into the nitty-gritty of your ships and find out the weak spots, etc., etc. Now, I might, to be honest, we've been doing this all stream, so we might as well just bring this up again like I've been doing. We'll pause it, and we'll just drag it through to the armour viewer. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. Here we go. Here's the armour viewer. Right. So, first, let's see, I'll bring this down. So first of all, obviously armor is now coming in here as a tab between stats and overview. And when you obviously go onto it, it will give you... Sorry about this text in the middle, unfortunately. So it gives you numerous options. So option 1 here is fore and aft end armor, basically your bow and your stern plate, and it gives you a value. You've got different values along here in different color codes. I guess you can tick different views, and you'll see that as they go through. So basically you'll see that they go through. Let's see, so what's the options? We got torpedo protection, superstructure armor, casement armor, which is basically should be your turrets. Main battery mount armor. Okay, so that is your main battery. What's that? Vital ship part armor. So that's basically your citadel and stuff. And then you'll see that they go through. So that's basically the citadel. So actually, this is quite interesting. This is the Lenin. You can see that the citadel, it doesn't extend massively above the waterline, but you can definitely see it is above the waterline, and it's also quite flat topped as well, quite flat fronted too. So potentially whether or not you can get in through this part of the bow and get into it would be quite interesting. What was that one? Sorry, that's auxiliary rooms armor. So this is your secondaries magazine. So that's quite interesting. So there's a secondary magazine at the back there. So this is quite interesting. Then also your main battery mount armor. So this is just your turrets, the front plating, the barbettes, the turret casements and stuff like that. Then what's next? The casement armor. So basically this is, I guess it's the rest of your armored belts. So you got your upper belt, your deck armor, your mid belt in this case here. Then we have the superstructure. Superstructure obviously is your bridge, your your mast, your range finding equipment and stuff like that. But it's also, please note, you do have this part of what is called the citadel as well, where your commanding officers would sit, I guess you could say. What's the next one? Torpedo protection, which is your torpedo bulges. So that just shows where the torpedo bulges are. So also that shows the extent of the torpedo bulges on the Leningrad. Is it Lenin? Oh, Lenin, I should say. Only cover the citadel. So actually, she's got no torpedo reduction aft and fore and stern, or bow and stern of the central citadel. And then obviously we have the nose plating and the stern plating as well. So that's quite interesting. And does it allow you to actually look around as well? Okay, no, that's quite interesting, I have to confess. So there, that's quite nice. That's quite nice. For gamer, to be honest, Major, I would argue that destroyers were not really meant to take on battleships historically. Historically, they were. The design of the destroyer was to carry the torpedo, and the torpedo was designed as an anti-battleship weapon. So therefore, basically, it started off as torpedo boats, and then as obviously to protect your battleships from these fast torpedo boats, you would have something that they called a destroyer, to just basically a torpedo boat destroyer. And then but if you're going to have something like that's a bit bigger, but it has to be just as fast, and but it has to be fast, has to be gunny, and therefore it has to be bigger in order to hunt torpedo boats. You might as well put torpedoes on it, and that's how the development of the destroyer came about. So destroyers are very much supposed to be, yes, they're the eyes of the fleet, but they are that torpedo wave of the aim is to torpedo vessels and usually battleships. It's always worth drawing the attention to Philip Vane's Tribal Destroyer Squadron, which shadowed the Bismarck on the night before her final sinking, and they basically harassed her and they kept torpedoing her. That's almost what one of the roles of a destroyer. So historically, I do feel a destroyer's main weapon is the torpedo, and you almost got to think that those torpedoes are almost the same size, as in like diameter, and probably probably even more explosive impact compared to the main battery of a battleship. It's just in a smaller one-use consumable. In reality, obviously in game we just reload like madmen. So much. Destroyers will be supreme no more when carriers come into the game. They will be spotted regularly first, a lot less effective, but carriers are still a way off. That's the thing. So it's not going to change much really. For gamer, is the torpedo about where the maximum percentage of torpedo damage reduction is, and the rest of the armor takes more damage to the hit? Yeah, so the torpedo protection is the only location on your ship which has that torpedo reduction value, and the rest of it doesn't. So basically, this is a Dallas, so it's a pretty poor example because she doesn't have any. I don't think she has any torpedo reduction. But in the example of the Leningrad, if a torpedo hit her torpedo bulge, that would have the maximum reduction in torpedo damage. If the torpedo hits outside of that, which would be, for example, was the bow or the stern, then it hits full force. But the amusing one is when a torpedo hits next to the citadel, that is classified as citadel damage and therefore can't be repaired as much, hence why you have a torpedo reduction in order to reduce the amount of damage that comes through to your citadel. Seamless. Yahagi would be nice with my rank 16 Nataga. Yes, she would actually, especially if you have that arsonist skill. Right. I think we've done the armor viewer to death, so let's quickly jump on to balance changes. We're continuing to fine-tune the Italian cruiser line and tweak the smoke generators, namely the cooldown of the consumable from 180 seconds to 240 seconds. Although nice, I would rather see the actual consumable's duration increase. I think that would be slightly more fun, and I'm sure that some of you will probably agree with that. However, the reload is quite nice. To populate Tier 7 and Legendary Tier games, we'll slightly decrease the service cost of Tier 7 ships from 160 to 136. I feel that this is also a step in the wrong direction again, because you should be able to effectively make a profit at Tier 7 if you play it properly. If you don't play it properly and you're making a loss, I mean, yeah, I potato every now and then and I make a loss, but this swings and roundabouts. But if you're finding that Tier 7 is not economical for you, then potentially you're potentially playing the wrong ships, or your playstyle's wrong, or it's not quite right. So I don't think this is the right step. I think tier 7, you should be punished for playing poorly. Because you've got to think, they've now reduced it. So means the step, you've got to consider the step between tier 5 and tier 5 is like 35,000 credits. Tier 6 is about 110,000 credits, and then tier 7 is now going to be 136. It's only what, 16,000 more credits? No, right, 26,000 more credits is nothing really. I don't think that's the right way. in all honesty. I think tier 7 should actually probably be more expensive. I think tier 7 should probably be about 170, 180. You know, try and force it so that means you have to be good at it. Obviously, I don't want to see it within the same bracket as legendary tier, but when you find that sometimes at a weekend a tier 5 and 6 game will actually be a tougher match than a tier 6 and 7 game. I've had some tier 7 games at the weekend which are so laughably, stupidly easy that I don't even have to put 100% of my attention into it. And if you're getting teams like that where you don't have to think, then I don't think those players should be playing at tier 7. They should be punished for it. Maybe I'm being a bit cruel. I probably am being a bit cruel, let's be honest. Cheshire has a slightly higher service cost for a tier 6. I called that in the review. I'm glad. So I was right in the review. So they're reducing it by about 10k. Fair enough. But then considering now they've gone and done those fire changes, whether Cheshire is going to be viable anymore is going to be another interesting question. Miscellaneous default port will be the Fjord, which is probably the most nature we've had in our port yet enjoy. Basically because every single port they've done so far has been a city. Premium ships under the ship tab have been moved to a separate tab. What? Which appears as the rightmost nation. The ship information panel that displays when browsing the ships under the tabs has also been improved. We'll have a look at that on Monday, I should say. Any tabs you have left over will be exchanged for basically one tab for 750 credits. Let's see, I've got 150 tabs. What's that going to get me? That's going to get me 112,000 credits. Fair enough. Bug fixes. Something to do with the Megami's turrets. I wouldn't know. I haven't played her, unfortunately. Fix some UIs with the social menu. A few patch backgrounds. Something for new players. So it's not going to affect most of you guys, let's be honest. Some changes. Fix the UIs where the duration of the damage control party wasn't correctly displayed by using the by the book commander skill. Okay, alright, that's nothing much. Xbox only will fix the rare display issue that occurs when the game was resumed after the console was shut down while the game was still running. Okay. Well, I think that is everything. I don't think I've got. Just check my notes. I don't think I've got anything I want to add. Oh. One thing I did want to mention. This is, I'm not quite sure, because if you do get those Icebreaker coins, once you reach rank 1 of ranked, then that value should be about 18,663 Icebreaker coins. So slightly more than that. However, obviously, if you don't get that end reward, what would that be? So say ranked 1 reward you don't get to the end of the season. I think that's, then it would be about, yeah, then it would be 16,640. So that would be about 1,700, about 17,000. So potentially that does mean that if you complete ranked season 9 and you do get to rank 1, then you won't be getting those Icebreaker coins until until February. How long is this going on for? There's no dates on this, but I'd assume that this is only available until the end of the patch. So basically that last packet of Icebreaker token coins from the rank to be useless. What's the point? Oh, I don't know. I'm being too salty. I do apologise. Right, where was I? Sam, I can't wait 1 more year for aircraft carriers. To be honest, I am interested to see how they go. For the game, I never thought I played amazing and then lost coins at tier 7. That's the thing. No, it was. This is great for more money for me. Yeah, because you play a lot of tier 7 Scene Plus. I'm doing about 100k on average in my Azuma with boosters. Yeah, that's the thing. 100k silver. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I quite easily. There's not many if I have a terrible game, I mean, okay, yes, I have a premium account, and I always equip a rare credit booster because I save them for tier 7. So yeah, fair enough. Random Cheshire service cost finally fixed. Yep, finally. Then was I got about 1,500 tabs. Oh my god, no worse. What are you looking at? 1,500 times by 750. You're looking at getting yourself 1,125,000 credits. Wow, that would probably help you when it comes to purchasing some more tier 7s if you need them. Seamless. I won't worry too much since they are saying the Lenin will appear again. Yeah, that's the thing. The Lenin's going to appear again. So you might as well, well, unless you really want the Lenin. Oh well. Has anyone got any questions? If not, well, while I got your attention, if you can give the stream a thumbs up, that always helps. But yeah, I don't think I have anything else to add. Unless you guys have got anything else to add. If not, I'll probably start the outro music, because this has been an hour, nearly an hour and a half. Where is it? Oh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, unless there are any questions. Seamless. I never ranked up any Russian battleship commanders anyway, so I know what you mean. Oh, I haven't really played Russian battleships properly for a good while. Well, right here, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be letting you go, and I might as well let you watch the trailer one more time. So always, if you can, give it a thumbs up. It's always much appreciated. If you are a subscriber, let's say thank you very much for coming along. It's always much appreciated. Thank you for your continued comments, contributions, and support. If you're not a subscriber, then consider subscribing. It's free. Yeah. Good night, name was. Fast, well done, Major. Lots to think about. Oh, always lots to think about. Actually, how rude of me. I forgot to say thank you to everyone. So, thank you, Simples. Thank you, Fast. Thank you, Name Was. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, Thoughtful Gamer. Thank you, Sam. I want to say thank you, Cool Cat with Hat. Thank you, Saxman. Or Sax now. Thank you to GJ Shag or Yeet. Thank you to JP God as well. Thank you to, I'm going to try one more time, Kahili Young, maybe? Thank you. I'm sorry I butchered your name so much. Thank you to Sniper Patch as well. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you to GK Racer as well. I know that you've gone already, but thank you for coming along, and best of luck with your finals, I think. Thank you to Ghost Pilot as well. Good to see you. Good to see you. And I think that has been everyone who's come along. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, until next time, I'm the Gav Major. I'm back to the port.